Section number 16 is entitled Changing an Improper Fraction to a Mixed Number. First, we'll define what an improper fraction is. How about we do it this way? A fraction is said or is called, a fraction is called an improper fraction if the fraction is greater than or equal to the number 1. If it's greater than or equal to 1, then the fraction is said to be improper. A fraction that is less than 1 is called a proper fraction. If a fraction is less than 1, it's said to be proper. Of course, it has to be a positive fraction. But then again, we didn't talk about positives and negative numbers yet. A fraction that is less than 1 is said to be proper. You have 8 divided by 7. Well, 7 goes into 8 one time. 7 goes into 8 at least one time. 1 times 7 is 7. You subtract, you get a remainder of 1. This is bigger than 1. That means this fraction is improper. I for improper. If I give you 9 over 7, this fraction is also improper. Why? Because 7 goes into 9 at least one time. Goes one time. 1 times 7 is 7. Take that away from 9. You get a remainder of 2. Get a little bit more than 1. Well, that's why it's improper. If you have 15 over 7, this is also improper. Why is that? Because 7 goes into 15 at least one time. In fact, it goes 2 times. 7 times 2 is 14. You subtract, get a remainder. I don't care what the remainder is. I just care that it goes at least one time. It doesn't go 0 times. 3 over 7. This is proper. Why? Because 7 into 3, it goes 0 times. 0 times 7 is 0. Take away 0. You get remainder 3. It didn't go even one time. It didn't go 2 times. It didn't go 3 times. It went 0 times. That's why it's proper. And if I can sneak it in over here, 8 divided by 8, well, that 8 goes into 8 exactly one time. That's why it's improper. If a fraction is 1 or more, it's improper. Now, what's an easier way of saying this? If the top number is at least as big as the bottom number, then the bottom number will go into the top number at least one time. Since this number is 7 or more, it is improper. Since this number is 7 or more, it's more. It's improper. Since this number, since the top number is at least as big as 7, it's 7 or more. 15 is 7 or more. I'm not asking you which is it. Is it 7? Is it 1 or in more, or is it 7 or is it more? I'm not asking you that. Is 15 true or false? 15 is 7 or more. True. To be or, you have to either be 7 or you have to be more than 7. Okay. This top number, it is not 7 or more. That is why it is called proper. This top number is 8 or more. It's 8. That's why it is improper. So I'm going to give you some numbers. Write some numbers on the board, and we're going to decide if it's a proper number, a proper fraction, or if it's an improper fraction. We'll put P if it's proper. We'll put I if it's improper. Suppose you have 3 over 5, 7 over 4, 3 over 3, 13 over 2, 2 over 13, 1 over 7. The first number is proper because the top number is smaller than the bottom. 5 goes into 3 no times. The next one is improper because the top number is greater than or equal to 4. The next one, 3 over 3, is improper because the top number is greater than or equal to 3. 13, yes, it's greater than or equal to 2. It's improper. 2. 2 is less than 13. The top number is smaller than the bottom. That's what makes it proper. The top number is smaller than the bottom number. That's what makes it proper. The top number is not smaller than the bottom number. That is, it equals the bottom number or is greater than the bottom number. Then we call it improper. Okay, now the title of this section was Changing an Improper Fraction to a Mixed Number. Well, we talked about when fractions are improper, when the numerator, the top number, the numerator, is greater than or equal to the denominator. If you have a fraction, I like to think of denominator as, denominator starts with down. And between these two locations, this is the one that's down. This is the one that isn't down. Numerator goes on top. Denominator, which starts with D, goes down in the denominator. And the top is the numerator. Maybe I should have mentioned this a little bit earlier. The bottom is the denominator. Okay. Now, a mixed number has a whole number and a fraction. That fraction can be improper or proper. 13, well, that's a whole number, and 3/7, that's a fraction. This number has both a whole number and a fraction. It's a mixed number. 2 and 4/11, a mixed number. There's a whole number, there's a fraction. 5 1/3, whole number, fraction, mixed number. 8 1/4 is a mixed number. It has a whole number and it has a fraction. 4, whole number, 2/3, fraction. 4 and 2/3 are mixed numbers. 7 and 4/17, mixed number. 1 and 3/4, that's a mixed number. Here's a whole number, here's a fraction. In this case, and it's the only case so far, the fraction is even improper. 3 goes into 8 at least one time. But doesn't matter. If you have a whole number and a fraction next to it, A can be any number you want. A can be 18. B, it can be 3. C, it can be 103. That's a mixed number. It's the whole number and a fraction. Now, how do you change a mixed improper fraction to a mixed number? If you have 3, you have 13 over 4. Well, 4 into 13 goes 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 left over. The 1 is the remainder. So it's 1 over what you're dividing by. It is 3 and a quarter. If you have 7 over 4, well, 4 goes into 7 one time. There's 3 left over. The 3 gets divided by the 4. If you can do that in your head, wonderful. If you can't, do the long division. 4 into 7 is 1. 4 times 2, 8, is more than 7. That's why I stopped at 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract, you get 3. 3 is the remainder. 3 over 4. 1